Everyone, we're below the dam today. It's very rainy, overcast, and water's looking good. Just had a few hours here to come down and see if we can get onto some fish. I don't know what to expect. Maybe some white bass, largemouth. Looks like the water is up a little bit. This is my little rock I usually like to stand down here in this spot. And it is almost underwater, and the last time it was about 3-4 foot lower than this. So I'm gonna have to step out there, but I feel like there's gonna be a few fish here today. I usually do well on overcast rainy days, so let's see if we can get on them. We made it to the top of the dam. We're right below the dam, and on the side of this wall right here, it's a nice little eddy. It's just kind of circling around right here because they have the far generators on. When they have these running, this gets blown out. So this is what you want right now to fish this wall. I haven't fished it yet, but we're about to. This wall is usually hot, especially in about May and June. But you just cast it right alongside of this wall, just let it fall. Just let it sink. And you just slowly bring it back to you. A little couple twitches here and there. And there should be a few fish next to this wall right now. And a lot of times you'll hook into a bunch of big drum too. I've caught in some monster drum up here. Stripers, white bass. I got my PB crappie right here doing this. So you just don't really know what is going to be next to this wall. There's a fish. What do we got? That's something with a little bit of power in them. Oh, that's a big drum. Yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of drum on this wall typically. We don't have a net, but we do have 8-pound line, so I should be able to. This isn't that big of a drum. I've gotten them like 12-15 pounds here before. And this is just a baby drum. I was just setting it on the bottom, just twitching it around, and he nailed it. So, not that big of a drum. They get a lot bigger, but it's first fish. We got the skunk out. Well, let's see if we can do another one. There's another fish. Fish on. That feels like another drum. Sure feels like a drum. Is that a white bass? Hey, we got a white bass. Awesome. So we got drum, white bass. It's not a giant. They get twice that size in here. But heck yeah, 2 fish, 2 casts in a row. 3rd cast in a row. There's a fish. Oh my gosh, that's a big fish. That's probably a big drum. Maybe. It's not fighting like one now. He's pulling though, buddy. Oh God, he's taking drag. That's a big fish, whatever it is. What if it's just a big white bass? Woo! He's got some weight. That can't be a white bass, right? Yeah, that's a drum. It's not even that big of a drum either. It's that current. He's a little bit bigger than the last one. Yeah, he's a little bigger. They're getting big enough where I can almost not drag them in. We got him. He's about the same size as the other one, maybe a little bit bigger. All right, buddy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he wanted that little mega bass. Looks just like a little shiner. or maybe a little threadfin shad or something like that, but it's just a little small little swim bait. It's kind of like, you can see right through it pretty much. But yeah, nice little drum. All right, not a bad little drum. We're gonna get a bigger one. What's that? Oh yeah, I do. I hear you. I got a big fish on here. I'm not really sure what it is. Yeah, it's just another big drum. Just a big old drum. It's a big one. That was a big drum. He popped my line. There's a fish. It feels like a good fish, but with this current, you never know. He's pumping. It's probably another drum, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's another little smaller drum. Yep, just a baby drum. There he is. Just a little drum. Wow, that was a huge fish that just jumped right here. I don't know what that was. There are sturgeon in here too. And I've hooked 2 sturgeon right on this bank before. All right, so we got about 8 to 10 fish below the dam at Fort Loudon. So we just, they just kind of stopped biting. So I left, I came above the dam, and my first 2 casts got a couple largemouth. So I'm hoping that there's gonna be a little bit more action here. That's 2 fish, 2 casts. So we're gonna go with it. Just using swim baits, just casting along. The water's up a lot more right now, so they're right on the banks. I mean, I was casting right along the edge of the bank, and they were just slamming it, both casts in a row. So let's see if we can get into some fish here. All right, so my first fish I caught was right alongside this bank, and they're hanging out right on this drop-off. That was crazy. I was like, I'll just leave the camera in the car, and I just came down here to see if something was biting. And 2 casts in a row. A couple decent largemouth too. One was about 2 pounds, and the other one was maybe about 1.5 pounds. But man, that was pretty exciting. I went and ran and grabbed the camera real quick. So maybe we can get into some fish up here. There's a fish. Oh, I lost him. All right, okay, I think we found out a pattern that's working. So I'm just going to cast around this Marina. It seems to be working right now. There's a lot of fish that moved up in here. The last time I was here, I think I caught 1 fish. And that was like 3 casts and 4, 3 fish and 4 casts. There's one. Oh, that's a good bass too. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Heck yeah. All right, so the pattern is working. Not a giant. Look at this black tip on him. Black tail. Oh, he's got some yellow and black in his tail. He's a pretty wild looking fish. Man, they are just swallowing these baits too. I'm just back to using my 3-inch Kitech. Never leave home without it. If you want to catch numbers, This is the bait right here. Been here for like 5 minutes. So we're not leaving this spot for a minute. That A-rig has to catch some bigger ones in here. I mean, there's a lot of bass in here right now. There's one. Fish on. I've never seen this many fish up here before. That is crazy. That's a tiny one. All right, he's peeing on me. Just a little bass, but I'll catch them all day. I wish I had a whole nother line of docks to fish right now. There's a fish. Hey, here we go. There's a little bit better of a bass. It's not too bad. Yeah, little chunky little guy. Look at the stomach on that thing. Kite. Big old dark spot on his back. Cool. All right, last cast. Probably. Oh, there's another nice bass sitting right here. Let's see if she takes it. She's looking at it. She's looking at it again. There she goes. Got her. Nice bass. Yee! Got her butt. Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. Wow, look at that chunk. Nice bass. Whew. Man, she wanted it like 3 different times. She finally got it. What a nice little bass. Let's let her go. There's a fish. Feels decent. That's kind of smaller. It's a little smaller, but it works. It's fun. Yee! Could be a little school of them out there. The rain's starting to pick back up right now, which is good. I like a little bit of drizzle. A little overcast. It's my favorite. All right, let's see if we can get another one. Same spot. There's another one. That's a little bit better. It's not too bad. Whew. It's a decent little fish. I want his big brother. Man, they are destroying my swim baits though. Holy cow, that lasted like one fish. One fish, switch swim baits. So let's see what we got in the arsenal. Do we try something different or what's been working? What's been working is fine. Obviously, the 3-inch Kitech. Natural looking, little easy shiner, little shad color. It's killing them. I'm not getting the really big ones right now, but I'm just trying to have fun, catching a bunch of numbers and just enjoying myself. We'll go for big ones this weekend. I feel like there's a monster up in here right now, ready to hit that A-rig. So we'll probably make our way around this little point right here. See if we can find a few more fish. There's one. There's another one. Right on the bank. They're all about the same size. That one's the smallest one so far. Alright, let's see if we can get another one. Same spot. Just came from. Oh, here goes the thunder. I haven't seen the lightning yet, but it is thundering. There's one. Fish on. Jeez. That's a scrapper. There's so many fish in this one spot. That's so crazy. I got all 3 of these fish in the one spot. Look at that. It's not too bad. Is there a 4th one? Here, I'm gonna call this next cast. Watch this. I'm just having a good feeling about this cast. On this cast. There he is. There he is. I knew it. What is that? What, yellow bass? That's a yellow bass. I knew it was going to be a fish. I didn't say it was going to be a largemouth. I said it was going to be a fish. Look at that. And just a little yellow bass. I just knew there was a fish there. All right, we are hanging out under a tree right now. Huge rainstorm just came through, lightning and everything, so I just kind of took cover for a minute. Still right here. Right in front of the spot that I was catching all my fish just a second ago. But I'm just waiting for this. I mean, it's getting light over here. It looks like it's ready to break up any second. And I think the bite's going to be even better after this little bit of rain. So just stick with me. Alright, try to get away from the wind a little bit. It actually looks like it's about to die down. But this little cove right here might be holding some fish. There's one. First cast. Yep. I was correct. That's a big ass crappie. That's a big old crappie. Oh my god, that's a slab and a half. Jeez. That thing is a giant. My goodness, that is a slab. So that was an absolute slab of a crappie. I wish I could have weighed it and measured it, but it wasn't super important. It was an awesome catch. Me and my girlfriend are actually thinking about entering the Watts Bar tournament, the crappie tournament coming up here soon. And that right there would have been in the running. Like that was a slab. There's a fish. There's a bass this time. Wow, we found a little school of fish out here. Not a giant. Sorry, buddy. Here, get you back in there. Go ahead. Dude, you're wedged yourself in the log. Here, get out of there. Here you go. That's 2 fish and 2 casts. I have only taken 2 casts here in this spot and got fish. So are they up here in the shallows feeding? Are they getting away from the windstorm? I'm not really sure. Alright, so I haven't really fished this right side right now, but there's a fish right there, right away. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh, that's a big smallmouth. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Oh my God, he's taking drag. Is that a smallmouth or a large? Oh man, it's fighting like a smallmouth for sure. Oh yeah, that's a big smallmouth. Nice fish. Awesome. That's awesome. Dude, the fish are loaded out here. I mean, it's not a giant, but dude, that's awesome. Such a great day. One after another. Yeah, I'll take that. Heck yeah. That was 10 times better than the same size of the largemouth I was catching. These things fight 10 times better. Ooh, let's get a release on that girl. That was fun. There she goes. She gone. Oh, there's a hit. There's a fish. Oh, that feels like it has a little bit of weight to it. I don't know yet. What is that? Now he's coming right in now. What is that? Is that another crappie? Yes, sir. That's another nice crappie. I'll take those all day. Dang. That's not near as big as my giant earlier, but that's a quality crappie. Heck yeah. Look at that beautiful fish. That's like half the size of the big one I caught earlier. I just switched up to like a, I think it's 3-inch, but this is like the ribbed Kitech version. Just trying to switch things up a bit. 1/8 ounce jig heads, because I'm in a little bit shallower water. I usually like 3/16, a little bit better. It gets it down a little bit quicker, but it's pretty shallow out here. So 1/8 ounce is usually pretty good. Oh, there's a fish. That's a big fish. That's a big fish. That's a big fish. Yeah, that's a good fish. Right on the bank too. It's not fighting like a bass. Oh, that's a big frickin' carp, I think. Did I snag a carp on accident? I did too. Oh, it's just a drum. Okay. It's a drum. I thought it was a big carp, but drum on the bank. Woo! Look at that guy. That's not what I was after. Dude, that's not a bad drum. That's awesome. Look at that drum. That's not a bad one. Man, he's probably like 4 pounds at least. That's awesome. And the release of the drum. I'm gonna bomb that thing out there. Catch me a bass. There's a fish. Oh, that's another big fish. Fish on. Oh my God, that's another big smallmouth. That's another nice smallmouth. Nice fish. Awesome. Let's get him out. I almost just lost him. Wow, I threw on my 3-inch Kitech and first cast. I was using like 3 other baits and I couldn't get any more bass. And boom. He's great. There he goes. Alright, we're back into our original spot where we slayed him when I first got here. Let's see if there's a couple more bass that moved in here. There was one really nice bass that came up and swatted at it. So he's still in here. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, that's not a bad bass. Oh, there he goes. Cool, there's still some fish in here. Same spot as the last fish. There's a fish. Oh, that's a better fish. That's a better fish. Nice. You're getting bigger. Awesome. Yee! Getting a little bit bigger. All right, I just want to thank everybody for watching. We had an epic day today, just like the last time, but I think we actually caught more fish today. We caught a couple really nice smallmouth, a huge crappie, and a ton of little largemouth. I got a drum. I mean, everything was biting. Everything went my way today. And the rain is really picking up right now. And I think it's just time to go. It's like 30 minutes to dark. And hit that subscribe button. And I appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you.